What's up, guys? It's me, Alan, and I'm back with another video today. And today we got another NASCAR Diecast for you to do. And this is from a guy who, well, with this paint scheme, he won this year back at Auto Club Speedway prior to the pandemic and such. And after coming back from the pandemic, he was doing all right, had some struggles. But of course, he still made the playoffs, of course, because he does have the win. And since then, but late in the season, he's really picked things up. And as of yesterday, if you watched the Talladega race, he was involved in really the first big crash of the day early on towards the front of the field, actually. And when I say big crash, there was like 7-8 guys involved, which is surprising. I thought there could be more, but yeah, he stayed in it and he piloted his ride to a top 15 finish, which is like the third highest finisher among the playoff drivers. But anyway, or third or fourth. But either way, this is Alex Bowman's 2020 number 88 Cincinnati Chevy for Hendrick Motorsports. And obviously, the big talk with Hendrick is what's going to happen. Really, what's going to happen with the 48 and with Jimmy Johnson's retirement? Who gets it? A lot of people have been saying Kyle Larson. Unless we get some sort of bombshell news, I think that's what's going to happen. Other ideas have been floated around that maybe Bowman moves to the 48 and then Larson would get the 88. For sponsorship reasons, because you have Ally who's there with the 48 until 2023, regardless of who's driving it. But with that being said, let's go ahead, get this diecast out of its box, and get on with the review. If I can get the damn diecast out of the box. So there's the diecast out of its box. Well, let me just test it out. Okay. That's good. We always test the windshields. And, okay, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the front windshield. You can see the gap there. I can put my fingernail in there. But the thing is that, if you can see right there. But it's not loose or anything, so I don't see a huge issue with it. But yeah, so this is Cincinnati car. This isn't, they did not make the race win version in the 1/6/4 scale. I don't believe they did make the 1/2/4 scale version, which I know a couple friends of mine on Twitter got theirs recently. But yeah, so I honestly really like the paint scheme. It's really nice, and holy shit. Look at that. Oh my god. Wow. Look at this. You see that? You see that gap there? That is fucking huge. Like, I can see between the bottom of the car and the bottom and the chassis, the inside. How? How, Sway? Seriously? I mean, Jesus. I mean, luckily, the car still works and such, like if I wanted to use it for something or whatever. But again, still, like, holy shit. That's insane. And we got a paint streak there. I don't know if you want to call that chip, but more like, or was that, is it? Either that's a paint streak or that says Hendrick really small, but I think that's a paint streak. There's the hood. There's the side of the car. You can see there. Look at that. You got, not only you got some extra decal paper, but you also got Bowman's name is a little low and paint chip there. But god damn, that freaking back end is so fucking low. Holy shit. And it's actually worse on this side than it is on the other side of the car. Like, god damn, Lionel. That's insane. But the car still works. It doesn't really impact the structural integrity of the diecast. So, I don't have a ton to complain about with that. But still, that's weird. When you think about it. But yeah, not a ton of contingency. Obviously, you can see Lumar, Exalta. You got Valvoline, of course. But anyway. But yeah, like I said, though, Alex Bowman, you know, he's a 2-time Cup Series winner. Probably could have been 3-time if you at Vegas, if not for a late caution, but that's neither here nor there. But realistically, with that being said, you know, his come-up story through the Cup Series it's pretty remarkable, considering that at one point he was running for backmarker teams, BK Racing being the most notable. I think before his Hendrick days and such, I think the moment he's most known for, I think aside from his wins, or his win in the Xfinity Series, it might have been known as the Nationwide Series at the time, but either way, I think his most known for Cup Series moment before he subbed for Dale Jr. Was when he pulled his car down pit road. I think it was at New Hampshire, funny enough, and the car was on fire, or the front of the car was on fire, and I'm like, wow. But yeah, so to see him get to where he's at now, it's pretty awesome. Again, you know, Dale Jr. and that's the thing, like with Bowman, it's like you really can't hate on him for what he's been able to accomplish. I mean, he got, you know, Jeff Gordon was also in the 88 subbing for Dale Jr. at times that season, but it's like Jr. he almost handpicked Bowman to sub for him when Gordon wasn't doing it. You know, plucking him out of these backmarker, you know, rides, gave him something competitive. And remember, it was at Phoenix. He was up near the front on a restart, goes into turn one. He went into turn one a little too hot, but and turned Matt Kenseth. But, you know, it's Phoenix. Of course, this is before they changed it to where the back stretch is now the front stretch and vice versa. So it's on to the old configuration. But he could have easily won that race if that didn't happen, I think. And I have a lot of respect for Bowman. You know, again, yesterday in the Dega race, he was involved in that he got shoved by Joey Logano on the backstretch, and Eric Almirola went up to block, and Almirola got turned. Bowman's left front was either the left or right front, but body-wise was kind of destroyed. But he stayed out of trouble for the most part after that, and he was up front at times, or he was towards the front at times, and ended up salvaging a top 15 finish. Even with all the penalties and such that came out towards the front of the field, and then the Elliott one getting rescinded and given to Buescher and this and that. You know, I've already talked about all that. You know, he still finished in the top 15. It was like he was like the third or fourth highest finishing playoff driver at the end of the race, because obviously you have Hamlin, who won, as my coworker would say, allegedly. And then you had, he was the only one to finish in the top 10 out of the playoff drivers until, well, Elliott did, and then the penalty happened, and then that got rescinded on him, so he ended up at top 5. But still, my point still stands. So them two, and then Austin Dillon was just outside the top 10, and then Bowman. Because a lot of the playoff guys got knocked out in wrecks late in the race. But still, either way, you'll love to see it for Bowman to continue that race and to salvage that day that he had. And I cannot wait to see what happens with him in the future. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, please drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.